I have so many messages coming through right now, and every time I try to organize the thoughts, it just turns into mush. I'm Deb. I like to share my human experiences. You might gain some confidence in yours through listening to uh, all my failures. So that's part of life, right? Is we're all here, we're all doing what we can, and it's important that we share what we're doing. It helps speed up the process of learning and evolution. And so I'm here. This is what we're doing. This stemmed from a channel called Awaken with Deb. So it's definitely spiritual, a lot of self development, if you will. And it's kind of now turned into Deb's Truth, which is basically talk therapy with a little bit of wisdom. Let's dive into today. Let me pause here while I take a drink of my coffee. So good. It's give me a cup of coffee and I am a happy girl. Not that I'm some coffee fiend. I can definitely, this is actually half calf, so not even full caffeinated. Oh, taking a deep breath just to kind of reset, recenter. You might be watching this video as soon as I post it. You might be watching this video for 5 years from now. This video is timeless. Taking a deep breath in and long exhale out through the mouth. I'm doing this breath mostly for myself because, again, my thoughts were running wild. There were so many things coming through. I've been up since 4 a.m., which is great. It's the last many months I've hardly slept through the nights. And I think a lot of this is just so much energy is coming in. A lot of things are speeding up. And I have so many things that are like, go, go, go. But also, there's the other side of me that is like, we can't do anymore. You need to rest. You can only do slow movements anytime. And you might be feeling this way as well. That's why I share it is like if you are feeling scatterbrained or ran down, like either side of the spectrum that is not your general equilibrium, there is a lot happening right now. And depending on your base energies, you may or may not be affected by it. And how, when I say base energies, I definitely mean human design is a great way to dive into that. We are all energy. That is undeniable. That has been proven. That has been become trendy and known for at least the last 10 years. I mean, this is something I've been saying since a child, going to church, and people are like, "Oh, what do you believe with church?" I'm like, I don't really believe in how you are explaining things. I believe in good energy and bad energy in a sense, but also none of it's good and none of it's bad. And started learning witchcraft and occult and Wiccan traditions as soon as I could, of which internet didn't really exist. I had to find bookstores in hole in the walls in cities that I had to take buses to get to. Like, I come from a different, I mean, we all come from different generations. That's why they're called generations. We will never actually be able to be in the shoes of the generations before us and the ones that come after us. And that's something that I think has been difficult for many to grasp because they want to pass down tradition to tradition. They want to say, my way has been the right way. My way might, I mean, my way isn't even the right way for me. How many people even feel like they're on track? You think you feel qualified to tell the next generation what to do? And if you do, if you are great, if you are help, if your life is on track, I hope you are telling the next generation what you did to get there so that they can take that and build on it and learn and grow. Like, don't gatekeep success. Don't gatekeep success. Maybe that's what the problem has been with a lot of human evolution. of where we've progressed over the, I want to say the last few hundred years, but it's definitely been going on for longer than that. Really, for as long as religion has kind of been introduced, there's been that side of things. So, evolution, completely lost my train of thought. And here we are. This is basically just a little bit of talk therapy. Sometimes it gets sprinkled in with channeling, a little bit of wisdom from personal stories. One more drink of coffee. Pause for just a moment. Telling myself to be committed to these videos without any game plan of the information that I'm sharing is a trick in of itself. If I'm going to be doing 3 videos a week for the next year, you would think it'd be really easy to just write down and fill up some subject for those three videos a week. But unfortunately, that's not how I function. I am someone that can tap in. I don't tap in. It's constantly there, whether I want it or not. Energy is constantly running through me and being evaluated. Everything around me, I can read into better than most people. They're going back to each individual, like we are energy. We each have our own individual energy signature, and that energy signature is developed based on what is happening in the celestial bodies and their energies, because we are the micro of the macro. And as we are created in the womb, there's different energies from space that makes us who we are. And the human design information has been the best model that I have came across that has really tapped into the information in a way that I feel comfortable not just following for myself, but also sharing and suggesting to you. Once I started diving into human design, the relationships around me changed because I was able to understand other people better. I was able to understand myself better. And then also, it takes a lot of shame out of you trying to be something that you're not, because if there's shame that you're holding for things that you feel like you aren't able to succeed at, many times I've seen for myself and others, it comes back to their human design knows what that is. It tells you what that is spot on. So, with that, I highly suggest you go look up your human design chart. It's going to ask for your birthday and where you were born and the time, and all that is very important. If you want to think that it's not important, especially the time, look at the sky and take a picture now, well, at nighttime with all the stars and the moon, and then wait an hour and take a picture and see how much is different. Like that change of an hour makes a huge difference in the change of the energies in our personalities. And if you can imagine the multitude of combinations between all the planets and their a dance of things, like that's how we're able to all be so different down here. We haven't ran out of options yet. But also, that's why a lot of people are so similar. And that's why people get excited when they're like, oh, we share birthdays, because like there were things happening during that birthday. And yeah, so human design. It will help you narrow down your energy levels. It will help you narrow down the emotions that are going to come up when you're not aligned. And that's one of the biggest ones. Sometimes emotions, just certain things come up and are like, oh, that's just how I am, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes that's just how you are because that's your human design. And once you know that, you become aware of it, you can use that as a tool to transcend situations. It's a tool to transcend situations. It's a tool to relieve shame off of your life. Why would you not want that? Why would you not want to become a better person? Why would you not want to dive in and figure out why your body holds on to stress and tension and what these emotions are? I used to be a really big gym rat, and I have not held a gym routine in a while. And it's not that I just got lazy or fell off track. Everything that I do in my life, I do extremely intentionally, even if that appears to other people as me giving up or giving into excuses. I know what I'm doing. I have my intentions for things. And I have been back to the gym a number of times. And yesterday definitely triggered an overwhelmed sensations in my body that, like, yeah, you're at the gym. Okay, let's work out those emotions. Let's channel that into the workout. But also, instead of being in the main area with all the people and like trying to work through those emotions while also focusing on the workout, just trying to focus on the workout, kind of like meditation, bring it back to the focus and attention that you intend on focusing on. And with that, is that I left to the women's only section. Nobody there, had it all to myself. And I'm in a state where I've been doing very slow movements, not much high intensity training at all, not very heavy lifting for hyperopathy. I'm not eating to fuel very high cardio. Like, I'm moving very slow, intentionally, to just get those somatic responses out of my body. And there was an exercise, sure enough, like I just felt this huge pit in my stomach, and I was just like, whoa, what is this? And no one was there, so I just, whatever movement I was in, I didn't stop the movement, but I took it slower and slower, and the emotion just got more and more intense. And I was attempting to name the emotion, like, oh, this is, and then just like sit with it. And it didn't take long for it to pass. Yes, in my mind, I was like, oh man, I wonder what they're thinking if they're seeing this on camera. Or like, what if someone walks in right now? But like, no one was there. It was a place that I wanted to feel safe. And I feel like that was a thing, is there was a time frame where I started to feel like maybe the gym wasn't a safe space. And that was coming up for me. And I want to be back in the gym. And so I need to feel like it's a safe space. And I felt that coming up, and I just sat with it. And I was like, you know what? If someone's watching on camera, I'm safe. If someone walks in right now, I'm safe. If someone's looking through the glass door, I am safe. I am safe to feel these emotions. I am safe to have this experience. This is exactly what I preach. And I am going to sit here in public and have this response. And it wasn't like convulsing and shaking like some of the somatic things. No, it was, I think I was in a yogi squat, really, is all it was, yogi squat. But also I think I was doing some kettlebell weight movements with it as well. And so like during the intense thing, I was able just to sit down in the yogi squat, kind of head down, but I processed it. Do you know how much courage that takes to do that crap in public? I didn't want to call it crap. Words are powerful. It is not crap. It is release. It is what we are there to physically do at the gym. We're allowing energy to come up out of our body. This is what I was noticing during personal training how many ever years ago. Like, it wasn't about the physical appearance change, it's about the change inside. It's about the change inside and working through it and having that courage to work through it, whether that's having the courage to take the time. I mean, it's every time I have given myself the time, I want to hold back. So I'm like, oh, great, this is coming up. I don't know if this is going to take 5 minutes. Is this going to take an hour? Do I really want to process these emotions? But really, when I have like, I'm going to dedicate the next 90 seconds, maybe 3 minutes to allow this to pass. And if it's not passed by that time frame, then I'll push it down and move on, right? And every time I've kind of done that, 60 to 90 seconds, it's been gone. I've never reached the 3 minute mark. That's not true. There's been many times I've cried hours, but I probably wasn't really like focused on the thing. But generally, like 90 seconds of intentional noticing where I'm feeling it in my body, describing what the sensation is, and seeing if I can label the emotion. Is it injustice? Is it loneliness? Is it aloneness? Is it frustration? Is it disgust? Like, there's so, it's just important. It's just important. So have the courage to take the time to feel the emotions, to name the emotions, and don't put the word in front of it. Don't say I am lonely. Don't, like, I say the word don't, but we want, like, I am is powerful. I am is the name of God. Whatever you put after the words I am is powerful. So when an emotion comes up, I say this is grief. This is loneliness. This is a feeling of being unsafe. This is a feeling of overwhelm. And if you've been in these states of emotions, sometimes you have to say, oh, this is joy. It's okay to let this come through too. Oh, this is what it feels like to be seen. Somebody is gifting you something, and this is what it feels like to be seen. Where do you feel that in your body? How does that feel? Do your friends tell you that they love you? Does it make you feel all tight in the body because you don't know how to respond? You're not used to receiving, you're not used to accepting love. There was a moment where I'm I'm not great at accepting love. I'm not great. See, I'm saying I am not, I am not. Let's scratch that. There have been lessons in my life that have reflected my resistance to receiving. There are situations in my life that have reflected the resistance to allowing love in. There are situations that I've encountered where I can see that I feel I'm not worthy of joy. I'm not, see, I don't like saying that. Where I can see that it's allowing joy in my life has been a lesson. See how I'm switching all these words here? And this is what I do when I journal a lot of time. If I catch myself writing the words I am and it's something negative, I will oftentimes stop myself and reframe it. And the better you get at stopping yourself sooner and reframing it sooner, is just the fact that you have to constantly interrupt yourself to stop yourself and adjust your language. That right there will start to help you recognize how many limiting beliefs there are that you're probably programmed and don't even know about it. It's amazing. I really could talk for hours, but I'm going to need to wrap this up. I feel like there is a lot of good little nuggets in here. My name's Deb. I spell that with two B's. It's developed from a channel of Awaken with Deb, which was homesteading and getting yourself out of the matrix, learning how to live off grid, preparing for the worst case scenario so that you can feel confident in whatever's happening with world events. You don't need to live in fear of world events because you know that you'll have the skills and resources to be able to handle whatever situation comes your way. And one of those skills is having a community. One of those skills is knowing what you have to offer to others. So there's that. And Awaken with Deb morphed into me completely changing everything about my life. Complete 180. Well, that's for another story, another time. And now I just share my experiences. A lot of people reach out and say, thank you, this resonates, keep doing it. And so here I am. I'm doing it 3 times a week. I told myself I'm going to do 3 times a week for a year. So here we are. We're doing it. One friend suggested it is Deb's Truth. So here we are, sharing my experiences of Deb's Truth, sprinkled in with some little wisdom. I guess I'm your wisdom bestie. So make sure you make sure you let me know you like it. Comment below, did this resonate? What parts call out to you? What rabbit hole you want to dive in deeper? Let me know if you got questions. What are you having trouble with right now? Maybe there's some wisdom I got for that. Reach out, comment below. My name's Deb. Till next time.